Those planes were registered in the tiny East Texas town of Onalaska, the town that doesn't even have a runway. WFAA investigative reporter Tanya Iser first uncovered this story 4 years ago. She joins us live from Sherman outside the courtroom. What happened today, Tanya?
Well, Cynthia, prosecutors moved to the heart of their case today, and their contention that Deborah Mercer Irwin engaged in a scheme to register planes for drug dealers. We heard from Department of Commerce investigator Paul Mack, and he told jurors that he began looking into her company in 2019 after a WFAA story reported that the tiny town of Onalaska was ground zero for a practice that allowed foreigners to anonymously register their planes. Mercer Irwin's company, Aircraft Guarantee Corp., had registered those planes, and we'd reported that some of their planes had been linked to drug smuggling. Max said that when they subpoenaed Aircraft Guarantee, that they didn't provide the information and the records that they were required, in a timely fashion. And he said once investigators dug in, they found hundreds of Aircraft Guarantee's planes had been taken out of the U.S. illegally. He said Mercer Irwin did not know the whereabouts of her company's planes, and he detailed how the company's planes had been seized in Latin and Central America, like this one seized in Guatemala with 1,700 kilograms of cocaine. Mack told jurors that at least in one case, and that case and at least one other, her company transferred ownership back to drug traffickers, and that too violated the law. We also heard from a Colombian military lieutenant colonel who testified that after her 2020 indictment, the number of jets carrying drugs in the Caribbean dropped 59%. Now, just a few moments ago when I stepped out of the courtroom, there was arguments going on. The judge is trying to decide whether or not to allow Deborah Mercer Irwin's statements that she gave to authorities into evidence at this trial. As you can imagine, her attorneys do not want those in, and of course prosecutors do. And also one clarification, Deborah Mercer Irwin is the only one on trial right now. Her daughter has already pled guilty. Back to you.
All right, and our Tanya Iser will stay on this case as long as it is happening in the courtroom. Thank you, Tanya.